because there are many things which are changing a day after the other. But there are others who are saying that Egyptians under pressure can do miracles.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You have the mic.
I tell you something. When you study, how many days before
No,
the
not
exam?
few days before the examinations. It's not me. But anyhow.
Most of the Egyptians
Yeah.
work under pressure. And when they feel pressure, they bring the best thing they have. Even the kids, they study when they are under pressure. It's not good, but it's
A nature?
culture. The culture.
Maybe.
Maybe a culture. It's not nice, but it's a culture. Egyptians, when you press them, you get the best of them.
This is a very critical period
Yes.
in our modern history.
Yes.
As Dina was asking how to revive this spirit, what to do, and which role is more important. Is it the media, the authorities, the top officials to be examples for the rest of the people? As I was saying in my press review, how Engineer Ibrahim Mahlab was sick. He was sick when he was performing the prayers of the last Friday in the holy month of Ramadan, and he insisted to go and to continue his tour. So he's an example. What to do?
In fact, I think there is only way. The only way is to put a new strategy, national strategy. We have plenty of strategic centers, and we have many strategic experts. We bring them together to put a new strategy for Egypt for the 21st century. And we are late. We ought to make it. This strategy, national strategy, you get from it social strategy, political strategy, economical strategy, and so on. Media strategy. You ought to work through strategy. You can't work that way. And you can use the centers to put the ideas and the think tanks. Egypt is full of think tanks. Put them together, let them put a strategy, approve the strategy, and execute the strategy. Without a strategy, you can't do anything.
Of course.
And we ought to emphasize on the culture, education, and media to get the people from dark to light, because we still have a lot of people in dark.
Right. Admiral Mutwalli, of course, Egypt have been through many hardships since 1956 and even before. And Egypt have stumbled, but then has always pulled itself together and united itself, all one hand, and continued the road. Now, we have been through hardships, real hardships, and we came out of it more stronger than before. One of the hardships, late hardships that we have been through is that phase of the political Islamization of the region, the Arab region. And Egypt have stumbled into that road. But thanks to God, we have gone through it. I mean, we are over it now.
Not yet.
Yes, of course.
We are trying
unfortunately, other countries haven't.
Yes.
So if you could talk to us about the circumstances of the Egyptians and the state of Egyptians and the army by the time after during the 1956 and until the nationalization of the Suez Canal, and how Egyptians under late President Gamal Abdel Nasser made it to pull themselves together and made it to achieve progress. And this could be taken as a role model for the situation we're in now.
I think what helped Nasser, the role we had before, a national goal, the high dam. Do you remember the high dam? And that what unite the people, the Egyptian people together. And we have now a new national goal,
Which is?
Which is the Suez Canal path. The Suez Canal path, or the development of the Suez Canal area, is better than 10 high dams, because it doesn't serve Egypt. It serves the national trade.
The whole world.
The whole world. And this is the second time in the Egyptian history to use your geographic position. The first was to open Suez Canal. Second is to serve the national trade. When you serve national trade, you are serving yourself. You have your factories, you have
trade zones, industrial zones,
plenty of
jobs,
new communities. So it is better than the Haida. So we ought to, all of us, to support this project and to stand behind this project, because it is our 21st century national goal. That will unite the people, because in fact, let's speak frankly, the people, the common people, wish to have the basic needs, right? The basic needs come from jobs. That project will offer jobs. I think after Ramadan, or after the feast, if there is some good things will be announced.
The surprises?
Yes.
Which President Sisi said that we are going to have.
Because I know that they are doing.
You know some of the surprises?
But he will say, I'm not saying.
Okay.
The young people will have good surprises. Will have opportunity to work. So it will be after the
holy month of Ramadan.
Month of Ramadan and the Eid period. I think it will be.
Hopefully.
But we must not forget that you're still in war. And there is another power, which is outside power, pressing Egypt. So it's not easy.
This was my coming question, sir. Only 3 days ago, Egypt announced that 99%, we may say, we cannot say 100%, that some foreign intelligence agencies' power were behind this mean, coward attack which killed 22 of our army personnel in Al-Farafar, or the New Valley, or in Wadi Gidid. You know, when we know more about the heroic actions of our heroes and our army personnel, police and security personnel in general, we feel that proud of being Egyptians, and we feel that sense of belonging to be added to what we do feel already. How do you see the Egyptian stance regarding these issues, and if as you have said, the simple Egyptian citizen should know about the investigation, should know about those arrested, should know about those plots, should be integrated into the whole political operation with more transparency, as we have learned the lesson, we should be there on the spot, in the image, not out, not far from the frame.
I tell you something. The fourth generation war again, it's different war. And you can't, very hard to secure everything against terrorists. Terrorist action, very hard to secure. United States couldn't stand against the terrorist action. United Kingdom, if you remember.
Subway.
Yes, Japan. So terrorist action, very hard to secure. But when you go through war, you accept losses and casualties. So as being a military person, we must accept casualties because you are in war. And there is, you are not in picnic. So when you have some mean action against some people in isolated area, that way, it's not big deal. You see, it's not a disaster. It's common. We have in Sinai every day war against terrorists. So I don't like to feel upset because of such action. We accept some...
Sir, we are passionate.
passionate, okay.
Egyptians are passionate.
Yes.
And when it comes to those soldiers, just 20 or 21 years
And the
old
soldiers,
or something.
do you remember when they get them from the truck
Yes.
in Sinai and they shoot them?
Yeah.
Yes. Everyone will pay the price of what he had done. I think a couple of months, everything will go okay. Will be better.
Right. Admiral Mutwalli, how do you assess Egypt's stance towards what's happening in Gaza, and especially with what's happening in Iraq and those militants, whom they call themselves the jihadists, who are supposed to go and attain jihad against the enemy, are attaining jihad against Muslims and Arabs like them. But then they criticize Egypt that they are closing the borders most of the time, while Egypt is opening the borders to save the injured and to be able to host those who are in need for medical assistance and so on, even sending medical and food aid to Gaza. But then Egypt is criticized. So how do you assess in general Egypt's stance towards what's happening in Gaza? And if that is getting beyond what we are supposed to do, because we're having our hands full with terrorism inside our country too.
I tell you something. Among the Egyptian history, we are supporting the Palestinians. And we still supporting the Palestinians and the Syrians. The Egyptian national security comes... The Egyptian national security affected by outside the Egyptian border. Our national security circles go beyond this area. So we are supporting the Palestinians, supporting Gaza, but we can't open the borders that way as they ask. The borders, you must secure them and to control them. So what we are doing is to control our borders. So when we control our borders, we send, as you said, the humanitarian aids, and we will not open the borders to empty Palestine from the Palestinians and leave it to another people.
And leave it to the Israelis.
No way, no way. They must defend their lands and we will support.
If you permit me, Dina, sir, let me put Dina's question in other words, because Dina is very diplomatic.
Yes.
Dina, you're very diplomatic here. Sir, is it a test for the Egyptian way how we can maintain our sovereignty and our national security, whatever is it, and whatever is the international pressure, and whatever are the accusations would come from any country, whatever its greatness or importance?
Yes. I approve that what you have said is true. And it's a part of the fourth generation war. To press you from different, inside, outside, from south, from north. You are in war. Egypt under threat.
So on this note, unfortunately, time flies, and I guess we ran out of time. Rear Admiral Mahmoud Mutwalli, the strategic expert and analyst, would like to thank you very much for coming over to the breakfast show, and greetings on Lesser Byron. Thank you very much. And
have a very good day, sir.
Same to you.
And I guess it's Dina Yunus now and the monk.
It's time for Men of God, but in the Pharaonic era. Stay tuned on Live
Monks
TV
in the
International.
Pharaonic era.
Yes.
I'm standing now in a tomb in the Valley of the